Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. UC Berkeley is among the growing number of colleges that's offering a student-run course in adulting. If I were teaching a course in how to be an adult, here's what I'd hope would be the main takeaways. Time. When young, it's easy to think time is unlimited. It's not. Your most precious and vanishing resource is time. Ongoing, ask yourself, is this a wise use of my time? Do that not just in choosing what tasks to do, but in how you're doing them. Sometimes it's wise to take extra time in the service of perfection, but other times that time is better spent elsewhere. For example, does your room really need to stay immaculate? Of course, we're human, so sometimes we're going to fritter time away, but the goal is to stay conscious of your decision, work or play, efficient or perfectionistic. For some people, that mindset's all you need. But if you need tactics to help you implement your mindset, you might consider one or more of these three things. First, a routine. A regular routine can help you get done what you want. The night before, list your plan for the next day. Of course, it can be changed, a tentative plan. For example, if you're a morning person, schedule hard or odious tasks for the morning. Or link an odious task to a meal. For example, you'll have dinner only after you've exercised. Another tactic that's useful is what I call chunking. Especially for a big ugly task, try breaking it into baby steps and check each off as it's done. Or use the Pomodoro technique, named after those tomato-shaped kitchen timers, but any timer will do, including the one on your phone. Set that for 25 minutes, work to 25, then take 5 minutes to do whatever you like, and then repeat. Another tactic for helping you with time management is social influence. Some people are motivated by peers. So, if you have a big project, whether it's a paper to do or to lose 10 pounds, you might want to let your social media friends know your goal and your deadline. You'd be embarrassed to tell them you didn't meet your goal. Or join or start a support group that meets weekly or monthly, in person, on teleconference like at freeteleconference.com, or video conference using any of the free services Skype, Zoom, FaceTime, or Hangout. Now let's turn to your career. If you're still in school and you want a part-time job, try to find one that's a career launch pad. For example, if you're thinking about a career as, say, a counselor, try to get a job even as a receptionist at a counseling clinic. The most likely route to a good launch pad job is connections. Family, friends, the family of friends. There's no shame in telling everyone the sort of work you're looking for and what you bring to the table. For example, I'm graduating soon with a degree in psychology and would enjoy working for a nonprofit or government agency that helps struggling kids or even adults. Know anyone I should talk with? In choosing a career, focus less on money and more on whether it uses your natural skills and interests. That's because, while average pay in high-pay professions may be high, half of the people achieve less than that, often much less, because unless your relevant skills, abilities, your natural abilities are excellent and you're driven, it's hard to achieve much success in those professions. And even if you succeed, you're going to lose much of that higher income in taxes. So much so that the differential may well not improve your lifestyle. And finally, many jobs pay so well because they're not intrinsically rewarding to most people. For example, bond trader or commercial insurance salesman or a corporate lawyer who spends half their life fighting to wrest money for their corporate client, to get their money for their corporate client away from their tough opponent's corporate client. Now let's turn to spending. Sure, it's true America seems to run on credit, but you get no pleasure from paying interest. And indeed, the long-term pleasure of stuff, the materialistic lifestyle, can get dwarfed by being overwhelmed by payments. It's ultimately wiser, for example, to buy that $2,000 old Toyota that you can afford to buy on for cash, do get it checked out by a mechanic though, than buying on credit that $30,000 new Coolmobile. Going out with your friends for a hike and boba tea can be as enjoyable as expensive clubbing and concerts where you can't even hear yourself talk. Regarding saving, most people who are just starting out are wise to invest. Every time you have a few $100 that you think you won't need for at least a few months. If you're very risk averse, put it in a top yielding bank CD. The website bankrate.com lists the highest rates, which are currently about 3%, twice the inflation rate. It's a good deal. If you're willing to accept some risk for likely, but certainly not guaranteed, greater returns, Try a low-cost mutual fund such as Vanguard Life Strategy Growth Fund, well suited for young people who are not going to need the money for quite a while, or for even greater risk, but potentially greater returns. I personally have money in Vanguard Growth Index Fund. I have to reiterate, I am no licensed financial advisor. These are personal opinions. As you see fit, consult a licensed advisor. Now let's turn to relationships. Especially when young, the heart and hormones can lead to unwise decisions that can cause great pain. Easy for me to say, but try to think with your head and your heart. Be with people who bring out the best in you and who don't require undue work to make the relationship work. And if you do make a mistake, whether with a platonic or romantic friend, consider cutting your losses with a clean break. And if you're dumped, try to believe it's for the best. Sure, see if there are lessons to be learned, but there are a lot of fish in the sea. There are among the frogs princes and princesses. Now let's turn to eating. When you're young, you feel you can get away with bad eating habits, and you can, for a while. But habits established when young are harder to break and become ever more consequential. As your metabolism and amount of exercise slow, the same eating that kept your weight reasonable in your 20s could make you unhealthy later on, with scary consequences. Best eating advice? Stay conscious before and during eating, asking yourself, is this worth the calories? Let's turn to exercise. The best exercise is one you'll stay with. It's unlikely that buying an exercise machine or joining a gym is going to keep you on the straight and narrow. Most gym memberships go largely unused, and home exercise machines get mainly used as clothes racks. So, what do you enjoy? Basketball, as I have my whole life, hiking, which I enjoy, or something else that you enjoy. And would you rather do it by yourself or with a friend? Now let's turn to substance abuse. Many young people consider themselves impervious to abusing their body. So I don't have the hubris to think that writing a few lines here or talking to you for a few moments is going to have much impact. That said, I would be remiss if I didn't urge you to try to be cool and avoid boredom, not with body-abusing substances, but with such activities as a creative outlet or trying to make the world better. And finally, let's turn to the meaning of life. As I just implied, the life well led is about spending lots of time trying to improve the world, or at least your sphere of influence, your friends, your coworkers, your parents, and in the work you do, for money or as a volunteer. So, every time you decide, Netflix or volunteer, vape or help a friend, party or work, ask yourself, what would my best self do? In any event, I do thank you for watching. I'm Marty Nemko. I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. Would look forward to seeing any comments you might have. Would appreciate if you would hit the share button and share it on your social media and or subscribe to my channel. And in any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.